welcome to the shop. It's Monday morning. Eric and I are very excited for a week of awesomeness.
Yay, awesomeness.
Lots of Norseman to make, lots of Rask to make. Rask knives shipped this week.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah.
There's no reason we can't. If we can't, we're getting too distracted with other stuff. I should probably be filming that. With the bolts, see how they stick up kind of high above the fixture? The tool isn't sticking out far enough from the collet, so the collet is actually rubbing and burning into the bolts. And yeah, it was just making lots of loud noises. So the solution was something I should have done a long time ago, is standardized to, instead of using a regular screw, to use a button head screw bolt with a much shorter head. I should have done that a long time ago, but we're going to do it now. Leak on the Mori, which was very surprising. But I think what happened was Eric filled up coolant last week, and he might have put either just enough or maybe too much or something, and then go away, Falcor. This run it foamed a lot, so it just kind of foamed over and then leaked out the side here. As you can see down here, the level is
Falcor.
close to the top, and imagine if there was 2 inches of foam on top of that. And these are the chip catchers. So it's got a chip conveyor that normally takes them all the way, but this is everything that fits through the chip conveyor, crooked camera there, or gets stuck to the chip conveyor tray and wraps around and then falls through again. So I gotta clean these out real quick. Our Steadicam is a little crooked.
A little bit. Huh.
Oh, it's leveling.
Wait,
now.
it levels if I turn it that way. Weird. So it likes that direction. But go back the other way? That was really weird. It was totally stuck at like a 45-degree angle.
Oh well, it's good stuff. Steadicam's going crazy. If you can see, I turned the coolant off while it was having the leaking problem, but let it keep running. So the streaky bits in the middle is with coolant off, and everything else is with coolant on. Huge difference.
Considerably ugly.
Yeah, that's terribly ugly, but beautiful with the coolant, and then ugly. So Eric's gonna have fun polishing that out. Sorry.
Jerk.
Yeah, I forgot about it. I turned the coolant off because it was leaking, and then I forgot about it and left it. Now you're tilting that way. That's weird.
Maybe there's something weird with the Earth's gravitational pull right now.
Yeah. This is the Feiyutech G4. But yeah, that coolant thing is super interesting.
It also goes to show how awesome Qualichem is.
Yeah, the coolant we're using. Qualichem 251C. This camera is going crazy. Normally it's working fine. We haven't used it for, I don't know, a month or two now, I guess.
don't know. Maybe it needs a full charge?
Yeah, maybe. Now it's steady.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm just finishing up these Norseman blades. I did a change. I don't even think I changed anything. But the code for the bevels is supposed to only be constrained to there, but for some reason it decided to go all the way around it as well, and luckily jump over the clamp, but it's doing all this wasted motion, and I don't like that. I know I had this problem before, but I can't remember how I fixed it, so I need to go through some settings and figure out how I fixed it. It might be something like, not that. It might be something like the geometry and the avoid faces. Maybe I have to select these side faces. Well, we'll see what that looks like right now. If I just click a few, we'll see what happens. Thinking, no, it still does it. So I forget what the actual setting is. I'm gonna figure it out and let you know. All right, I totally figured it out, but it's kind of weird. Edit the code, geometry, passes. I have stock to leave checked right here, and I have it set as -1/1000th of an inch. Now that's my cheater's way of making the edge of the knife, edge of the blade thinner, because if I go -1 thou, it lowers the whole toolpath by 1 thou. If I uncheck that, then it works perfect. That's exactly what I want to see. So how do I, without redesigning the bevel, how do I lower the whole thing by 1 thou if I want to do that, or I just have thicker blades, which is not ideal, but I don't know, I'll figure it out. But that's the cause of my problem right there, and I don't know why, but whatever. I often do this, the negative stock to leave. Usually works, but this time it doesn't. Haven't found a solution yet for the stock to leave issue. I'm gonna leave it right now because it ran the first side fine. I think it's gonna run the second side just fine, I think. And try to figure it out for the next time while it's running, just so I can get these ones done. It doesn't take a lot of extra time, it's just kind of extra stupid passes. So like I said, I don't think it's gonna crash.
I think I gotta drill it out.
What'd you do?
I didn't do it! This is stuck. And now it's stripped out.
Huh.
So yeah, just trying to find the right drill bit so I can drill it out without
If you drill a drill bit just bigger than the threads themselves, so if you use a 1/4" drill bit, it'll pop the head right off.
Oh, so you don't have to go all the way through?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but what about getting it out?
Well, once you pop the head off, there will still be a little bit of thread sticking out, so you can just unscrew it. Because I think all the friction is under the head, not in the threads themselves.
Right.
Like, screws actually extend when they tighten. You know that? They actually stretch.
Really?
That's the theory anyway.
Guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So any second now is when it's going to loop around the part. Hopefully it's good. There you go. It starts around the around the side. So up until now, it's just been cutting the cutting edge area, and now it's doing the actual bevel. And that's just me manually turning the coolant off. Okay, I think I figured out a solution to my loopy things around. This is the one where it loops around. Avoid touch surfaces, so I've clicked on these surfaces to avoid. And it's got a default tolerance of 4/10,000ths of an inch. And Eric says we're leaking coolant again. Having the chip conveyor on might help a little bit, or it's just dripping more. Fun! Find those paper towels yet? Did we miss this? Okay, weird. Kind of a shame.
It's never happened before.
No, we've never had this before. Anyway, if I change the stock to leave to be, or the avoid touch surface to be 1/1000th of an inch, then it works. However, it cuts off real quick. See this pass right where my mouse is? It stops there, doesn't go across. Whereas on the other one, it is there. And that's not acceptable. So the trick with any CAD CAM system, in this case I'm using Autodesk Fusion 360, is two things. One, working within the limits of the program and doing what it lets you do, but also is knowing what you actually want to accomplish and making it happen. And by doing that approach, I find, workarounds and ways to do things, and you draw a sketch to do a certain toolpath the way you want it to be. So it does help to have experience in machining, or at least to be creative enough to know what you want to accomplish and then making it happen. So like, I want to get rid of that while also leaving stock to leave down. So I'm trying to find solutions for that. The other way is I could actually change the model and make the blade thinner on the model, which I might end up having to do, but until I make that choice, then find a way. But it's just trial and error. That's the thing with CAD CAM, is complete trial and error. Just keep trying until it does what you want it to do. And if it doesn't, either change what you want to do or, look it up or something. But trial and error, you try every single option you can possibly see on the screen. And then eventually you'll figure it out, hopefully.
But I don't really want to clean it up while the pump is soaking.
Right. So
Really quick.
real quick, this coolant system has these pre-grates, which a rougher grate and then a finer grate, and that will start trapping more and more chips before it actually gets to the pump. You don't think it's full?
The wall is kind of clogged.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of chips just
Oh, that's good.
plastered onto it.
So all the foam and thicker stuff is not getting past.
Exactly. It's not flowing fast enough anyway.
Right. But the level is still like level across the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little higher here. Like the foam is still thicker on this side.
Yeah. Okay, that
So
could
when
be.
this run is done and the coolant's off, then I'll clean these.
Sounds good.
But I don't know about the foaminess. It seems worse than before.
Right. Apparently there are additives you can put in the coolant. Like, I need to talk to Qualicam because they have additives that will reduce the foam. So we'll see. Now I'm going to run some Rask blades. This is a Thor Damas steel blade. And all these little fixtures that I'm working on right now, like that one and the... I don't know where it went. That one and all the other ones, these are kind of test fixtures that we're working on that once everything's perfect and we're comfortable, then we can move forward with the bigger fixtures and have this production style. So, just not quite there yet, but pretty much there. I just haven't finished it yet. My finishing tool isn't good enough for Eric. He requested a new one. Which is fine. It's still good, it just has minor little chips in it and leaves streaks in the parts, so I can't even tell by looking at it.
It just causes more reworking.
Yeah, totally. No, now it just becomes more of a roughing and mill.
Yeah.
forget this.
So John said I'd look really lazy playing fetch with my dog in camera or on camera. So I'm working. I swear, I'm doing something. But I'm still gonna play with my dog. What is he doing?
Broke my engraving end mill.